Are Republican politicians being blackmailed by Russian intelligence? This is a really interesting hypothesis that that one guy, over at Daily Kos just posted. He's quoting a piece that kind of got lost in the whole holiday scrum. You know, this is just from last month. It was from 4 weeks ago, December 21st, the week of Christmas, or the week, a couple days before Christmas. Congressman Tim Burchett, he's a Republican from Tennessee, came out and just blurted this out. He said, and I'm quoting him verbatim, these are his words. He said, "You know the old honeypot, the Russians do that, and I'm sure members of Congress have been caught up. Why in the world would good conservatives vote for crazy stuff like what we've been seeing? Here's how it works. You're visiting, you're out of the country or out of town, or you're in a motel or a bar or in D.C. or whatever you're into, and women, men, whatever, comes up and they're very attractive and they're laughing at your jokes and you're buying them a drink." He goes on to say, the next thing you know, you're in a motel room with them naked, and the next thing you know, you're about to make a key vote, and what happens? Well, some well-dressed person comes up, whispers in your ear, "Hey man, there's tapes on you. Were you in a motel room with, at whatever, with whomever?" And you're like, uh-oh. And they say, "You really ought not to be voting for this thing." And that's what they do. It's human nature. Yeah. So here we've got a Republican member of Congress speculating that his own fellow Republican members of Congress are owned by the KGB. Now, who might that be? Well, we do know that in 2018, while Donald Trump was president, 8 Republicans went to spend the 4th of July with Vladimir Putin, or at least with Putin's Russia, with Vladimir Putin's intelligence services. This is John Kennedy, the Republican from Louisiana, Richard Shelby, the Republican, Senator Richard Shelby, these are all senators, Richard Shelby, the Republican from Alabama, Steve Daines, the Republican from Montana, John Hoeven, the Republican from North Dakota, John Thune, the Republican from South Dakota, Jerry Moran, the Republican from Kansas, and Ron Johnson, the Republican from Wisconsin, along with one House member, Kay Granger, who is a Republican from Texas. And Russian lawmaker Vyacheslav Nikonov described the meeting as, quote, "one of the easiest ones in my life," and said that election meddling was only brought up in a general form and was resolved quickly. Senator Shelby said, "I'm not here today to accuse Russia of this or that or so forth." Right. So what does Russia have on who? Interesting question.